The Joe Rogan Experience.
So it's different, you know. Like
they're so sneaky over there.
I wouldn't even. Yeah, I don't know if it's called sneaky. They really want to. I bet Aoki now is wishing he would have fought me because he got knocked out that night by a kickboxer because they made him fight a kickboxer, and that's what Japan is famous for. They really want to. They want to put fights together that people don't expect to happen. You know, we saw Hoist fight the big sumo guy, and you know, and those are fights that people talk about for. They're ones for the ages, man. Look at when Fedor fought that big Hung Man Choi. We still to this day talk about those kind of fights. You know,
but you know, even Fedor wouldn't fight Bob Sapp.
Yeah,
in his prime, he's like, get the fuck out of here. Because when Minotauro got fucking pile drived, he was like, no, that's an injury you keep for the rest of your life. And Minotauro's neck is still fucked up to this day.
It doesn't make any sense. Like sure, there's guys that you can fight, but Bob Sapp was one of the first guys that exploded on the scene that had a lot of athleticism.
375 with abs.
Jesus. Yeah, Jesus.
375. Like, and people
100% clean.
Yo, it's clean as a whistle. Dude, when I met him, like, if you stand next to him, you just go, wait. What in the fuck are you? What are you? What is this new type of human being? Yeah. He's so big.
Have you ever talked to him?
Yeah, I've talked to him. Yeah.
He can talk. He can talk.
Yeah, he can talk.
I was on a bus ride from somewhere in Tokyo to Saitama Arena, and it was like an hour and 20 minutes. He talked the whole way.
Well, he's made an interesting career, right? Like, he was an enormous superstar in Japan. Enormous. Like, it's hard for us to understand. Like, they were selling dolls of him and posters, and he was huge. But then he ran afoul with K1. Remember, there was this event where they didn't have a contract for him. He was supposed to fight, and he's like, "Where's the contract?" And they're like, "We'll give you the contract after the fight." He's like, "No. I need a contract. I need to know what the fuck is happening here." And then he walked out. And when he walked out, they decided they were going to ruin him.
Yeah, it was that night. It was they were at the venue. And he's like, "I'm still willing to fight. Just give me the contract." They never gave him the contract. Yeah, he was telling me that story the whole time. He's like, "Look, I was there."
Is that the Yakuza? Like, what are they doing over there? How does that work?
I would imagine, I get the vibe that it is a little bit. You know, I don't think much has changed, just to be honest.
That's a power move, you know, to let you know, no, after the fight, we'll give you the contract. Like, what are you talking about, man?
No, he's still like, from what I understand, he's still fighting. He's still making like 60 grand for a minute 20.
Yeah, and he just gets tagged with a little one. He's like, that's a wrap. He swings. He swings until things get weird.
No, he straight up told me, he's like, no, I tell them it's 60 grand and I give you a minute 20. At a minute 21, I'm going down. That's it. He's like, yo, bro. I straight up, and that was one of the conversations on the bus.
That is crazy. I told him at a minute 21, I'm going down. That is so crazy.
I'm going to try to get him out of there.
More damage. When he got his orbital broken by Crow Cop, you remember, he like one of his eyes looks weird now. Like, he's got like one eye that's open really wide. Man. And it's because of Crow Cop, which is crazy. Like, Crow Cop was like 220. Yeah. You know, and fucking hit him so hard with a straight left, he fractured his eye socket. Sapp was literally more than 100 pounds bigger than him.
Was that with kickboxing gloves on?
Yeah,
kickboxing gloves. Yeah, just gotta fit it in the right hole. That's all it is.
I think it was kickboxing gloves.
I think it was kickboxing gloves, as I recall it was.
Yeah, because I don't think he took him down. I think it was a kickboxing fight. Well, he beat Ernesto Hoost twice. Yep, which is crazy. And Hoost had him really hurt. He dug shots to the body, fucked his legs up.
Couldn't put in. He was switching his stance. Like, got dropped by leg kicks a couple, one or two times or something. Got back up. I was like, that was before he decided the 121 was the limit.
Well, that was when he was 89% steroids. Oh, man. His body was so big and so ridiculous. It
just rocked up.
When he fought Minotauro, I remember Eddie Bravo and I were watching it, and they were like, you know, they show Minotauro ready, and they turned to Bob Sapp. You're like, Jesus! His head was here, and then his neck started right where his head crests. Yep. Like, his neck went all the way to the edge of his shoulders. Like, that is the biggest human being I've ever seen in my life.
He goes, like, just from his ear to his shoulders.
It was just so big.
Nothing in between.
His fucking shoulders were cartoonish. It was like the big boss in a Mike Tyson Punch-Out, you know, video game. He was so big. And when he picked up Minotauro and pile drived him, was like, oh my God, he's going to kill him. Yep. He could kill him.
Everyone, and we're all thinking like, you're not allowed to do that. And they're like, in Japan, they're like, yeah, fuck yeah, die.
They don't care. Stomps, head kicks. They don't give a fuck.
Have you ever been there to call? You've been there to call a fight?
UFC.
So have the crowds changed? Do the crowds change for the UFC?
A little bit. They're a little more cheery, but they're still very quiet. You know, in between transitions, you hear everything. It's weird because you hear the coaches. You hear like left leg, get through, pass through, pass through. You hear it like. The fighter can hear it. The opponent can hear it. It's very strange.
Never been to our gym because it's not quiet at all. Like in AKA, when we're training and sparring, guys are like coaching each other. Fuck that guy. Get up. Don't let him fucking take you down. They're getting on each other. But over there, it's so funny. My first fight over there in Pride, they had switched my opponent like 6 times. I showed up, and then finally the original guy I was supposed to fight was miraculously healthy and ready to fight again. He just shows up to the weigh-ins just jacked and shit.
Oh God.
Yeah. So I ended up fighting him.
Who was it?
I want to say his name was Daisuke Sugie. They call him the Amazon. Real good jiu-jitsu guy. Phenomenal jiu-jitsu guy. And he swung for an armbar on me like in a minute. I fucking almost got it. I was like belly down trying to escape. But had that fight been in any other organization, I probably would have lost. Because I could hear Crazy Bob and Dave Camarillo yelling to me, hey, push the feet off the face. Because my arm was fully extended. He was belly down. I was belly down. And I'm like, and it was, I could hear my elbow just going, and I could just feel, you feel the muscle kind of stretching and tearing a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I just started pushing, and then I could hear them crystal clear. Get the feet off your face. Get the feet off your face. Dave Camarillo was like in such like, can't believe this happened. He almost started walking back to the locker room thinking that I was going to tap because I was trying to reach for the feet. And he's yelling, get the feet off your face. So I was able to push and wiggle it out. And when I wiggled it out, I swung around for the knee bar in the perfect position. I was able to get the knee bar, and the fight ended like that. It's like, I don't know, minute 20, minute 30, something like that. So, but it was one of those, one of those things that they do in Japan where
the culture is just so different over there.
It's really
like
quiet.
When someone would pass the guard, everyone would cheer.
Yep.
Yay! I'm like, wow, this is kind of cool.
But it kind of is a little weird when you're, you guys are squared up and you're bouncing around. You can hear the from the canvas, the floorboards, and you're all right. It's a little weird,
distracting.
Yeah, you're like, I'd rather hear the crowd.
It's funny. I wonder if you get used to that, and then if you go to fight in the UFC, it must be overwhelming for Japanese guys that are used to fighting over there with that total quiet, and they come to Vegas. It's like just bleed guys with the fucking on the shirt. You see that? You're like, whoa.
And then like as they're walking out, you're gonna die. You're gonna die. It's crazy.